Okay, so today we're doing some Dominaria drafts, and to start off, we have a good one. Shalai, Voice of Plenty. Flying, you planeswalkers you control and other creatures you control have hexproof. And it has even just as like a white card, it's good. If you can activate the activated ability, it just takes over games. So this is really exciting. Oh, that makes sense, Phil. I'm probably not gonna be at the Axion Mega Modern because I'm gonna be in the US at that point in time for GPs and stuff. So this is really exciting. What other cards are we passing? Is there anything of note? Uh, there's nothing too exciting, really. I think the Vicious Offering is quite good. It's a very solid removal spell. But yeah, very, very enthusiastic to pick up a Shalai here. Incredibly powerful card. pretty, pretty much, Phil. Pretty much. Yeah, this card is bonkers. Ooh, so we have Goblin Chain Whirler, which is a very strong card. It's a bit hard to cast and draft. We kind of want to be green-white if we can help it, but this is likely going to be the strongest card in the pack. Other standouts. So the Journey Mage is actually pretty good, especially with there's a couple scary auras in the format and some like large tokens and stuff. Ancient Animus is just a really solid fight spell. It's pretty good with our Angel, since this is legendary. Those are probably the two standouts, right? There's nothing really quite as good as either of those anywhere else in the pack. So the question is, do you want to take this, which is the more powerful card, or take the thing that goes with the Angel? I think I'm just gonna stay open for now. The Angel would still be good in like red-white, and I think Chain Whirler is very good. We'll probably be able to pick up an Animus later if we do end up in green-white, so I'm not too worried about that. You like the Animus, you think? Yeah, I think it's really close. I kind of want to just try out this card too, to get a feel for it in draft. But Blessed Light is a really nice card, just solid removal. You like the ramp spell? I really like this too, for sure. I think I just want to make sure I have my removal spell though. I can pick up some of these later. What other cards are we passing? Nothing too exciting. I'd say the Blessed Light and the Growth Mashes are probably the two standouts. That makes sense, George. The other triple colour guys do seem quite a bit better, for sure. Maybe I am just meant to take the Animus there, since it goes so well with the Angel. Ooh, a Knight of Grace. So, this format's like, from what I gather, not the fastest format in the world. So, 2-drops that can scale into the late game in some way end up being really impressive. Like, the fact that this has First Strike and grow up to a 3/2 First Striker for 2 mana just means it scales really nicely. That makes sense, Phil. I am a fan of ramp spells myself. What else is there in the pack? The Fiery Intervention's really solid. If we did end up being red-white, this could be... I think we'd still prefer just to have like the really powerful 2-drop player. This is a common. We can pick up some of these later. We already have like a 5 mana removal spell. So I think I just want this Knight of Grace. Yeah, for sure, George. Sealed has seemed very deadly to me. I have to read this card. So, Hexproof. You can't lose the game. Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life for each 1 life you lost, exile a permanent you control or a card from your hand or graveyard. I have no idea how to assess this. I think I'm probably just going to end up taking this Ancient Animus. Can't lose... Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life... Okay. This is very strange. Anyway, the fight spell's just really good. If we end up in green-white, it's going to be really nice. We haven't seen too many exciting red cards following on from the Chain Whirler. So, decent chance we'll end up in green-white. Yeah, I've had enough of the really fast draft formats too, for sure. It's kind of nice that this looks a bit slower. So this is just a 2-2. It's fairly unexciting. If we were to take like a red card, I think the Fervent Strike wouldn't be the worst. Gitu Lava Runner seems really underpowered unless you're in specifically blue-red. This is a 4-4 for 5. May return another historic permanent you control. Interesting. Not really clear. It's not really clear which card to take here. They're all kind of unexciting. I guess I'll just take this since it can go into anything though. So we have a Unicorn, which is like fine 2-drop. I'm not sure how much 2-drops matter in this format. I know the sealed format has been very slow. The other options are... seems pretty underwhelming. I think I'd just rather have the Unicorn most of the time. That spell was kicked, yeah. I think I'd just rather have the Unicorn over this. I also kind of want to take the white card since we know we're in white. And we don't really know what other colours we want to go into yet. So just picking up a solid white card seems really appealing to me. Hey there, Charlotte. Hope you're doing okay. So this seems reasonable if you have enough legendary creatures. Don't know how likely that is, but all the cards in here are fairly underwhelming. So I might just take it because it has a lot of upside. The Invoke the Divine seems decent too, but we can probably pick up one later. I don't know. Kind of want to try this out. Solid sideboard card. Another Unicorn. Already got 2-2-drops fairly early on into the draft though. Or we can use this to recur like our Shalai, if we wanted. It's kind of interesting. I think I want this. The very worst case scenario, it's going to be a really powerful sideboard card. Okay. This is a lot worse than the Grow from the Ashes. Might just take a Primordial Worm. I feel like we're going to end up with enough 2-drops, and the format's fairly slow. This is like a nice card to find off our Druidic Vow. Jousting Lance seems really good as a way for our creatures to break through. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the Jousting Lance. Guess we grab an Elephant. Like, the chance that we end up playing either of these is fairly low. The chance we play the Elephant is fairly low, but at least we're already in white, right? Certainly the Elephant is not a very good card though. Alright, so we're definitely into... yeah, the Burb is really, really cool, for sure. I don't think I'm likely to end up in blue. Right, so... how do they beat a 3-5 exactly, George? Naru enters the battlefield. So it seems pretty bad in our white deck, so it's not really a reason to go into blue. The Trickster's fine. Have I seen anyone beat Mammoth Spider? And yeah, I was leaning towards the Mammoth Spider. I was just seeing what else was in the pack. Mammoth Spider seems really solid though. Just like stops all their flyers, gives us lots of time to drag out the game to activate our Shalai. Yeah, the Spider's good. I agree. Spider's more interesting to me than like the sapling migration or whatever. I think we're just going to end up in green-white here. Take out this stupid chain dweller. If Grun was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 5 counters. If it attacks alone, double its power and toughness. So it attacks as a 10-10. That's pretty exciting. It's also a legendary thing for our Druidic Vow. We could splash this, but we don't really have many legendary permanents. The cast down is pretty great, but I kind of want to end up in green-white. I think the Grun just seems really strong to me. Grun is the loneliest number. It is, George. Grun is the loneliest number you will ever know. I want the Grun, for sure. Just really want to try this card out. I think it could be pretty great in this deck. Another Animus is dreamy. Just really into another piece of removal. We have a bunch of really huge creatures to use to fight with it. Is there anything we're passing of interest? Not really. I think Animus is probably just the best card in the pack, even ignoring the fact we're already in green. Croson Druid is really good. Is there anything else? The candles, like, fine removal, but we're doing pretty great in terms of removal. We have the Blessed Light and 2 Animus. And this card has really impressed me. The gain 10 life can really swing things if you end up in a race scenario. How do you think you would have drafted it differently, George? Out of interest. This is my first draft ever, so I'm not going to assume that I'm doing things correctly here. Just kind of seeing where it takes me. So this card's quite bad, so we could just take this. Is there anything else of interest? Not really. The short sword doesn't really do anything in our deck, since we aren't looking for historic triggers. So we have... What does Tragic Poet do for us? Do we have any enchantments? We have no enchantments, right? So this is really unexciting for us, because we don't have like a bunch of sagas to recur with it. Attacks or blocks, each player draws a card. That seems pretty bad. We kind of lack stuff in the middle of the curve though. I guess we go so over the top in the late game that drawing cards is actually kind of fine for us. Oh, that makes sense, George. Yeah, the green hasn't felt super open, for sure. Felt like open enough for me to end up in it, but yeah, that makes sense to me. If your deck is going bigger, Howling Golem is pretty good, and our deck is going up to like a bunch of 6-drops and Druidic Vow. As though it weren't blocked. Thorny Goodness, yeah, Thorny Elemental seems pretty great. I almost wonder if I need something for the middle of my curve, or even like this Power Stone Shard. But Thorn Elemental is a way for our deck to end the game pretty convincingly. We can just try and prioritize cheaper stuff and ramp from now on. Yeah, I'm not sure on Druidic Bow either. Kind of just want to try it. Here's another Unicorn. It's pretty awesome for us. Passing a Joyrus Familiar of note. You think it's likely unplayable? It might be. We only have the two legendary creatures so far. We probably need like 4 for it to be good. So I could see just cutting it. I agree. We're probably not playing any of these, right? They're all off color. I guess maybe we would want to board in a counterspell in some matchups, if we do get fixing. Another Animus. Okay. Yeah, that's my thought, Cambo. If there's ever a time to play it, it's in the first week of the format when things don't really matter. Yeah, I imagine that could be the case, Phil. Like, there's a very decent chance we're going to be cutting this. Um, Especially since we already have, like, some pretty nice top end anyway. But I kind of wanted to try it out if I could. We're just lacking a bit in the legendary creature department for it. So it's this is all pretty unexciting. We've already got like mono 5s. Yes, mono 6s isn't much better. So I'm going to separate the removal from the non-removal. So there are a few cards that are really close to being on the chopping block. Howling Golem is unexciting. The Elephant's pretty unexciting. The Druidic Vow we're likely not going to be able to play. And the Healing Grace is pretty unexciting. I'm not sure if it's a main deck or sideboard card for this format for this card. Quite yet. Like, the games are really long and grindy, which would incline me to kind of want it in the main deck. Yeah, for sure, Phil. Like, I agree with you. So we got Fall of the Fran, which is not ideal in our mono 6-drop deck. We also have this card, which is pretty disgusting. And I think I would happily splash for if I could pick up some fixing. You like the Tramply dude? Yeah, it's solid. Depending on how things go, we could put it back in the deck if we pick up some ramp for it or something. I'm just a bit worried about having too much top end. The blue-green card is super gas. Yeah, I agree. We don't have any fixing yet is the problem. But we have a whole pack to pick up some fixing. So probably just meant to take it. I'm not sure how good Fall of the Fran is, but... Ooh, Shana. Shana is awesome. Shana is quite awesome. There's also a Skittering Surveyor, which would have helped us splash the Tatty over. But I think we're really in the market for more cheap creatures. And this is one of the best ones because she scales into the late game so well. You're pretty sure the Geddon is bad? Yeah, I got destroyed by it in with one of my pre-release decks. But I think that's because of, like, the fact that my pre-release deck was so many colours. That the Geddon was much more brutal. Because I was spending all these spells on ramping and then getting it undone. Right. We have 3 legendary creatures at the moment. Probably still not enough for this card. Grow from the Ashes. That is an excellent magic card. I'm like super into this. We need ramp. We need fixing for a Tatty over. Grow from the Ashes is just kind of perfect for our deck. Yeah, for sure, George. I think I agree with you. It's another card I want to like try out more, the Armageddon, but I think I agree with the fact that it's probably not very good. So we don't really have anything here. Is there anything we could consider splashing for? There's no way we're splashing for this, and I've heard it's quite bad. +1 a creature gains reach until end of turn. It's not like the actual worst. It's pretty bad though. We're never playing the Compass, because the Compass is just a very bad magic card. I guess we just take this. If our opponent has lots of flyers, it could be fine. Flying first strike, 1/1. It seems pretty unexciting. It is some evasion, which we're kind of lacking, but we don't have that many historic things to trigger it. Alright, so this isn't worth splashing for in our deck. This does nothing. You've light cool the cavalry. Okay, I might give that a try. It also fits into our curve really nicely. We're lacking 4s, right? It looked very good when it was cast against me, but I haven't had a chance to cast it myself yet. So I'm pretty into giving it a try. This is a decent long game. There's also a 4-2 for 4, which is very unexciting. Kind of just want to take this. Not convinced you want it in every matchup, but seems decent. Bailiff Gorger, awesome. So in. Bailiff Gorger's like 4-4 for 4 is such a good rate, and we can kick it, get a 7-7. It fits into our curve perfectly as well. Just like very enthusiastic about picking up this card. I'd love a second Croson Druid as well, but I think the Gorger is more important. You'd like a second Plummet. I wouldn't hate a second Plummet, Hambo. I think I agree. Bailiff George. Oh my god. Trapper's very nice. Just like a 3-2 for free that has a lot of value going along. Candle is fine. Corrosive Ooze, I guess. This card's not very good, but neither is this. Like, none of these are very good in our deck. Yeah, Skizik. Getting a bit underrated there. There's just like no world we're ever casting this Corrosive Ooze. I don't know. Not convinced we'll be casting this, but like we're probably gonna trim like some of our 5s and stuff. So ramp that doesn't also fix our mana isn't very exciting to me. You'd like your bailiffs either rampaging or ravenous. I'd have thought obstinate would be the go-to, right? I'm gonna take this rat colony because I need it for brawl. And because there's no way I'm ever playing a compass in a million years. Another elephant or an ooze. I'm kind of just like morally opposed to taking ooze. You can play rat colony in brawl. Unless the argument that is that you can't play it because it's not blue. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Alright, we have to cut some cards. I still really want to try this, just to see if it's any good. But it's probably just garbage, right? With only like 4 legendary permanents. I should just have not taken this. I kind of wanted to give it a try, but like, we tried to pick up legendary creatures for it and it still just looks really bad. So I think in the future I'm just going to avoid taking this at all. Anyway, it's fine. Our deck's still looking good, even without this. Hey there, SPN. Our draft went pretty well. I'm liking how the deck looks. Right, so we need to cut some stuff. The armament seems bad. Urza's Tome seems like a sideboard card to me for long, grindy matchups. Carry Zev, clearly the answer to the Brawl meta game. I've heard Carry Zev is much worse than the other the other red options, but yeah, that's what I've heard, Phil. Although I still really want to try Caleb's mono black rat list. Yeah, Grace should probably be cut. I agree. I agree with you, Charlotte. Kind of want to cut one of these fives. I think it's the Guardians. I think the Guardians is worse than like our 3/5s. You're building Jorah Brawl and she seems very strong. That's pretty sweet. I'm 100% building Gonti Rat Colony as my paper one because it seems delightful. Right, we need to cut 2 more cards. So options for cuts are the Pierce the Sky could just be put in the sideboard. Kind of like all our other spells. We could cut one of these pieces of top end, which would probably be the Primordial Worm. Yeah, I totally understand that sentiment, Luke, for sure. It's fairly unfortunate that that's been the case. The Howling Golem, I think, is fine in our deck. We go, like, reasonably big. Oh, Tatiova, this card is unreal. I think she's totally worth the splash. And just, like, she's kind of like a Howling Mine, right? Which is pretty great. Oh, wow, Espion. That's pretty good going. I think I want... Like, Howling Golem is another option for the cut. So these are the ones I'm leaning towards. I'm definitely going to cut this worm, I think. I think it's just worse than our other top end. Maybe we'd prefer a worm over the elephant, though. The elephant's so bad. Now we need to cut one of these 2. I'm a bit worried about cutting Golem because of curve concerns. So I think I'm going to put the Pierce the Sky in the sideboard and just accept it's a sideboard card, which is fine. So we get to play 2 islands for our Tatiova. So this is 17 lands. Looks about right. We need 1 more green than white because of like Shalai's activated ability and the Baloth Gorger. Awesome. This seems great. I am very, very excited to play this deck. Right, let's hop into a queue. Into a match even. Just gonna be a moment updating my Stream Decker with the deck file. Candle Elephant is basically Snapcaster Terminate. I have legitimately zero idea how seriously to take that, George. Like, actual zero idea. Like, that's an enthusiastic recommendation. Yeah, Scarab God is pretty oppressive in Brawl, for sure. Get to cast Ashana. Yeah, that makes lots of sense, Luke. Like, I'm not too interested in playing Brawl super competitively, personally. Whereas I think it will be quite a fun, more casual format. I think I want to go Golem here, and then next turn call the Cavalry, and just have a really huge Shana, and try and get max value from Grow the Ashes. As far as I'm aware, there's no punishment for attacking with our 2/2 here. If there is, then, like, at least I'll always remember the card exists. Cool. Yeah, that makes sense, Luke. Oh, I love Grow from the Ashes in general. It might be my favorite card from like an enjoyment perspective in the set. It's so delightful. Is there any punishment to attacking with the golem here? All flashes at 4 CMC or 5 CMC. Is there anything in green blue that flashes into eat R2 free? I can't think of anything. Shana appears to be pretty strong. Yeah, Shana is so gross. She's so good with this card and like token generation as well. 5 mana free flash. Also the saplings. I don't think the saplings are scary. The free flash I think is gonna stop me attacking with this though. And just attack with the Shana. Yeah, the flash Merfolk as well. Makes sense. Kind of sad to miss out on 2 damage, but I guess we don't want them drawing cards when they're currently like being really slow anyway. Oh, free flash at 4. That's double blue, I think. But yep, that's one to remember. There's so many flash frees. There already are. Right, do I want to get my Shalai down? Or Grow from the Ashes here? I kind of want to Grow from the Ashes, because then when I Shalai, I can have Adamant Will up to protect her. Are they dead? What do you mean, are they dead? Oh, I can attack with... I can Grow from the Ashes, then attack with Shanna. And if they block, I get to kill their worm. That's pretty great. I think I like that. Yeah. Oh, I could do both of these. You're right. I should probably do that. I think I still like this, though. Sets up my mana for protecting Shalai if it comes to that. It would be 13 damage. It would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah. You're right. Do I attack with everything? Now that I'm down this path? I think if I attack with everything, they can block the golem and take 8. And that seems kind of great. They take 8 and go to 6. And then I get to cast Shalai with the Indestructible back up next turn if they block one of these. And if they block this, their worm dies. So like, I'm pretty happy either way, right? We have the Angel to Anthem our guys. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's fairly close. But just attacking with the Legend makes sense. We snap off the block. We eat their creature. And hope that our Shalai doesn't die. Although honestly, pretty far ahead on board regardless. And they're stuck on single blue. Flyer. Exciting. Oh my word. This is a pretty good card. We can kill it in our turn though. And kill them. I think we just kill them now, right? We go Shalai. And then Animus. Shana fights this. And gets +1/+1. And then they die. Or are we like 2 damage short? No. Yeah, we're 2 damage short, but they're on 2 against our super lethal board. Yeah, opponent's reasonably dead. The bird is so cute. The cuteness rankings on this set are quite impressive. Do I want to change anything? So we're against green, blue. So we could bring in Pierce the Sky. It kills their bomb, the 5/6 flare, which is pretty nice. So what are we gonna cut for the Pierce the Sky? Kind of unsure on this. Maybe it's just like the Howling Golem. Makes our curve look real wonky. The Howling Golem was pretty good that game just for buffing our Shana. Candle seems hella slow. Candle is quite slow. I guess we already have like lots of removal. Oh my gosh, Phil. Thank you so much for your continued support. I really, really appreciate it. Everyone spread some hearts in chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe the still as great as month 1. Oh, that means I'm not improving. Thank you so much though. Maybe I just cut the candle. It is quite slow. I'm kind of unsure on this. But we're bringing in another removal spell anyway. So it's probably fine. Ooh, this hand is very reasonable. I have a free drop to gum up the board. And then hopefully hit our Gorger on 4. If we can find an island, we've got Tatty over. They have a Manadork on 1 again. But we have our Shana on 2 again. If you message me on Facebook, Luke, I'll look at it later. It's pretty hard for me to look through sealed decks too much while streaming without it getting, like, really boring for everyone else. But I'll happily look over it. Plains. I played the Plains. I correctly identified that I needed to play the Plains. This thing's certainly hard. Let's just play our Howling Golem. Oh, them. Yeah, apparently they're free color as well. The Bant Mirror. I'm just going to pass the turn here. I think my Shana's better than their Sanctum Spirit. Yep, they were blue-green game 1, for sure. They appear to be somewhat different this game. If they attack with Sanctum Spirit, we're 100% blocking with the Howling Golem because we need to draw lands to cast our spells. We'll get to draw a card off this. Makes our Shana smaller, but that's fine. Yeah, the green one definitely seems pretty unplayable to me. I've not looked at I've not even seen the others played yet, but I agree the red one looks amazing. And all of them in general look pretty decent, other than the green one, which just seems way worse than I expected when they picked it. I think the thing that makes the green one really awkward is it only finds legendary permanents and lands. If it was like the green X spell in Modern that can find permanents, I think it would be pretty decent, but what am I casting here? Kinda want to cast the Gorger and trade it off of the Juggernaut. It kinda sucks to keep trading all my stuff off, but I don't really want to get hit by the Juggernaut a million times. Right. Pretty sure I have to block this. It's kind of fine. We have like a bunch of other big creatures we're going to follow up with. It mainly sucks that this makes our Shana smaller. Because at the moment she's looking fairly unimpressive. But she'll get bigger in time. Okay, that is an aggressive Ancient Animus. I like it. I like it. I guess I'm just casting my Shalai here and hoping she doesn't get killed. If she does, it's pretty sad. If she doesn't, we probably win. Okay, that's pretty great for us. Now we get to hold up Adamant and start swinging. Oh, they could have the 2-mana enchantment, but I think I'm still going to attack anyway. Don't want to just, like, never attack for the rest of the game. It's not like our other creatures in hand aren't great as well, so the cast down would be good against us at some point anyway. That is a big critter. So this would become a 4-5. So it doesn't quite line up against that. We could use both of these. I guess the other option is I could kill the Llanowar elf here with an Animus. This turn her into a 4-5. And then untap, and if I miss my land drop, I can turn her into a 5-6, kill this, and put them on a 4-turn clock with my Shalai. But if I draw a land, I kind of want to cast Grun. So I guess I'm just letting this attack in. And then if I don't draw a land, I can start getting aggressive with these fight spells. Ooh, drew the land. Awesome. It's more that if we don't kill the Llanowar elves, we have to use up our Adamant to kill the Steel Leaf champion, which is kind of sad times. I recognize that the 1-1 is not terribly threatening, but anyway, they're probably going to have to trade their 5-4 for our Grun now, which is pretty great. Or just really awkward for them, right? Because if they attack, they're losing the race. But if they hold it back, then this is going to be a 10-10. And they're just going to be under the abyss for the rest of the game. It's kind of just bad for them regardless. Right, I'm just going to take this hit. Our Grun seems pretty great. I agree, George. I agree. I almost want to hold this for Tatiova, but we've got this activated ability on board, so I think playing lands out makes loads of sense. Yeah, I can attack and then Animus. That's pretty great, for sure. So, I'm just going to attack with Grun, and then I'm going to kill their 5-4 after my opponent's chumped away. Yeah, in paper, I would strongly consider revealing my hand about now, for sure. Our deck is pretty decent. I think George was pretty skeptical that we should have ended up in green, but I've been happy with it so far. But if he just wants to swing for 14, how do we swing? This doesn't get. Oh no, this just doesn't get. So like we double Animus before combat. I guess that would be fine, right? It's all kind of the same though, because I think they're pretty guaranteed to chump block regardless. I'm just going to kill the Steel Leaf champion now. And I'll save the other one in hand to see what happens. So yeah, opponent is very done with this. Deck is looking nice based on game 1. Deck worked out well. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, George. So we go fight the blockers +2/+2. We have a 9/9 and we kill them. Yeah, we're probably just meant to do that, George. I agree. I was not paying much thought to it because I felt like all roads led to Rome. Yeah, you're right. We should have just done that and killed them on the spot. I kind of just felt like all roads led to Rome and did not give it the intention it deserved. This hand too bad. It's got all our colours. It's got like good late game. We just need to draw into early game. 5+1+1+2. Why would Grum be a... No, Grum would be a 9/9 and double to 18, right? Yeah, we had the pump spell. Why didn't kill an opponent immediately when you can enjoy attacking with Grun several times? Yeah, I think we mulligan. I just hate mulliganing. Okay, yes, this hand's technically better, but... I fully realise I do not mulligan as much as I'm meant to, and that it's probably my worst part of my game because I'm too stubborn. Like, the format's slow. Kind of need to see how much I can get away with slow hands. I have seen that joke, George. It is reasonably delightful. You haven't found it yet. Oh, I thought it was just people sit. So I just cast this now, right? To block their druid. Like, means we don't get the kicker value, but that's fine. Mesa Unicorn looking kind of awful. In the world of 2/3s. Hey, free one, sure. Got something to trade our unicorn for, I'm so excited. Or not. And now we stare at each other. You see, this is why I wasn't, like, too hyped about taking the unicorn. I just feel like there's lots of this garbage. Trying for something a bit more refined. Oh my word. Alright. I'll block your 2/3 at least. Lava Spike, draw a card. So OP. Could just like double block. But I don't really want to lose my 2/3, and at least like the 2/2 being able to trade with that 3/1 means my 2/2 isn't a blank piece of cardboard here. Holy shit, we're dead. Yeah. Right. Don't know how we win this game. It might involve the opponent never drawing another creature for the rest of the game. Yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to have to do, Charlotte. Which is kind of sad times. Probably what we have to do, though. And then just hope our opponent never draws another creature for as long as the game goes. Yeah, we got nothing else. I agree, Luke. Gotta play to our outs. This card is really obnoxious, and my opponent isn't using it. Okay. Worrying. I kinda want to do this. Like, make this indestructible, kill their 2/3, since I'm gonna have to eat through their creatures at some point. It runs into removal really badly, but I think we're not actually able to beat much this game. Whatever. Get in my lifelink, kill your critter. Have a 4/4 indestructible to fight with. Yeah, the card's fairly unreal, George. That makes sense, Luke. Well, we can kill their 4/4, and then lose to their 3/5, so that's nice. I kill their 2/3, I mean. We do just have to kill every creature because of this Helm of the Hosts. Possible we're meant to hold that forest. Now we have Tati over. I think George, some point in the draft, said something about a 3/5 reach being completely unbeatable. How about 10 3/5 reaches? How do we feel about 10 3/5 reaches? I feel like it would probably be too good either way, to be honest, Phil. But certainly that does make it even worse. But just dropping like a... I can't be accurate. Well, guess I'm taking this. Awkwardly, I don't think we actually have a single naturalize in the board, because I spent all draft saying we'll pick up one later. I wish I still had that forest in the hand, like I was debating, or like I regretted the turn beforehand when I played it out. Imagine it won't make much difference. One problem is now that we've tapped out for something, they might be more inclined to finally equip the Helm of the Host. But honestly, they'd probably be pretty inclined to do that by this point anyway. So we end up taking 6, because they're probably not attacking with their Cyclops. Mammoth Spider, aka Platinum Angel. Oh my word. Interesting. To kill their Cyclops at least. How much will I regret playing out the land the turn before? Apparently a lot. Yeah, the 4/4 attack is not great, I agree. Also do not think it matters. Do not think it matters. Kind of curious to know what the extra card we would have drawn this turn would have been if we'd held the land. We take 9. Okay. Siege Gang Commander. Alright, alright. I guess I just scoop here. I'm never beating any of this. Yeah. Guess I'm just doing this. Who cast Ishkana when we weren't looking? Does appear that way. Does appear to be Ishkana in play. Right, we found out about their Gift of Growth. Free info. Why don't you say artifact? Why don't you say artifact? Right, right. So, we have no disenchants, right? We have no disenchants. So that's suboptimal. I think the answer is going to be hope opponent does not draw their bomb. I think that is our answer to the situation. I'm probably just going to run this back. Almost wonder whether the dub is good enough. Since, like, we're going to have to actually try and kill our opponent. Yeah, I was wondering that, Espion. There's, like, going to be pressure on us to kill our opponent, right? Unsure. Could be like the candle becomes dub. It's kind of awkward though because this is one of the few answers to a spider. But I guess I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Espion. I like how we're like on exactly the same page there. Alright. That sounds pretty good. 2 into 3 into Grow the Ashes if we want. Go Unicorn. Opponent on the mono red draw. I don't know, Phil. I'm not sure how good or bad dub is. I'm mainly just trying it out. I don't want to cast the Golem here. It's kind of awkward. We could draw them out of our opponent's mana troubles. We also kind of want to use our mana efficiently. Like, I assume dub is quite poor, but play the Unicorn instead, because you don't want to draw them out of their mana troubles. Would make sense. Right, we get to double spell here and push for their 2-3. Using this to push for a 2-3 is pretty sad times. But I guess I'm gonna do it. Like, we get to draw a card towards something like this, which is pretty nice. Now if we hit our land drop, we can Grow the Ashes next turn and Grun the turn afterwards. And Grun is something that could end the game pretty well. Keldon Raider, what on earth is this? Oh, it's the Rummager, right? I mean, discard a card if you do draw a card. Okay. Pretty good against our board of 2 X's. keeps them in check. Okay, so getting the 3-5 into play would be decent. Pretty sure I just want to ensure I can Grun next turn if I want to, though. So I'm going to grow the Ashes and get an island and a plains. Grun plus Helm. I mean, to be fair, anything plus Helm is a pretty nasty combo in Limited. Something with power and toughness combined with Helm. Skittering Surveyor with Helm. That is the dream. I found the second forest. Huh. Ancient Animus is pretty nice. It's a bit bad. I now want to Mammoth Spider. I could go Mammoth Spider, kill their 4/3. Attack for 6. And have my Spider in play. And then can Grun the turn after. It's a bit sad not to get attacking with Grun as soon as possible. Since it's just like the Abyss. The thing is, if we get in 6 damage, this means a single hit from Grun kills our opponent. So getting in 6 damage is actually pretty nice for that reason. Feels like it's kind of spewing our removal. Whatever. Just cast my stupid ape. No need to get fancy. I can attack with the ape every turn for the rest of the game until it kills my opponent. Yep. I am very happy we saved this Animus now, since we can use it to fight something that's equipped, which is great. So we attack with just Grun and it becomes a 10/10. That seems awesome. Cool. Yeah, this is fine. I'm almost wondering if we just want to kill this now. I'm like the tiniest bit afraid of the +2/+2. Hey there, Amy. Hope you're doing okay. Oh my god, Espion, that's disgusting. Khan Exile Squee. I almost want to do this now, because they could have the +2/+2. But I think I'd rather force them to commit the mana to the equip before casting the Animus. I'm doing pretty well. Enjoying getting to do some drafting of the new set. Also enjoying a break from uni work, because I was doing a bunch of that yesterday. God, Helm of the Host is so gross. Right, if they have the +2/+2 here, they can trade with our Grun. But if they don't, we're in a pretty great position. Maybe no, we have to fight with the Grun, right? Because we just can't let this happen. If we fight with the spider and they +2/+2, they just kill our spider. Whereas this becomes a 6/6 and this would become a 6/5. Yeah. What am I doing at uni? I'm doing computer science. Which is going okay. Kinda looking forward to it being over, if I'm honest, but certainly going okay. Yeah, they did have the +2/+2. So we're like kind of punished for waiting, except we've also made them use up a whole turn's worth of mana this way. And now we get to attack them for 9. So if we hit a good draw step here, we should still be able to kill them. Oh, we can draw a forest. Oh, we get to draw off our golem as well. We get to draw off our golem. So we have another draw at an extra attacker, or we can draw planes. Cool. So, still very at risk of losing this, since we didn't get to add any more pressure to the board, and they get to start making 2/2s to chump with. Or trade off with our unicorns. But, think we can win this. We're only like a good draw step away, right? Never mind, that's a spider. Now we only have 4 damage against their board. I almost feel like I still just have to attack with everything. At least we get in 4 damage. And get to draw a card to maybe find another threat. And like the ooze is going to trade with something here. So it's not like they're eating 2 of our creatures. Ooh. What does this do? Are they dead now? I think they're dead now. Oh wait, no, we're 1 damage short. But we can have the spider fight the ooze. And then we get in 6 damage and they have to block our spider. But our spider would die to their spider. Do we wait? Make the golem fight. Why make the golem fight? This is if it's legendary, not if it's historic. Yeah, by this point we have so many lands in hand that I'm pretty happy playing them out, but it's a 2/3. So we kill their 2/2. And then they have to block the 3/5. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And then they have to block our 3/5. And then we have 4 lethal creatures for next turn. Okay. So we just have to hope they can't muster up 3 extra blockers via like a siege gang commander. Yeah, it only gets the counter if it's legendary, but it still fights. So this is still going to get to fight the ooze. Oh my god. That's kind of disgusting. I wanted to do it beforehand, George, to put them to 1, so any creature would kill them, was my thinking. No, it's really, really bad for us, GHGH. We needed to put them to 1, so that all of our creatures were lethal. Now they block our spider. Now they block a unicorn, and we only... I guess now both our creatures are lethal, but they're going to have so many blockers as of next turn. We're just not going to be able to kill them. It's like actually really, really bad for us. Like, I don't think we can... I think we're drawing very slim to win the game anymore. Because they're just going to start making copies of the spider. And we only have the 2 creatures. as opposed to like the other scenario where we would have had 4 creatures and like gone around their blockers. Okay. Shauna doesn't really do anything. Yes, George, but if all they had was the spider and we had our 4 attackers, the helm wouldn't do anything, because they wouldn't be able to, like, muster up 3 more blockers. So, realistically, so they'd probably just end up dying to one of our attackers. Whereas now the helm just gets to take over. I guess we could draw to Shalai. Shalai is still a live draw, kind of, except they can make loads of reach creatures. I'm not actually sure how we win this game anymore. If they just start making spiders. Which they probably should have started last turn. Yeah, they're really underestimating the helm, for sure. Like, from our side, it's just crushing inevitability, but our opponent's just choosing to resist equipping it in scenarios where they know we don't have removal. Okay. They already have a token. So they just get to equip it to the token. What happens if we use this? Does this use last known information, or can I exile the creature with the trigger on the stack and stop them getting a copy? I'm not actually sure how this works. I guess I'm going to try it out anyway, because we've got no better option. Pre-combat doesn't do anything, because they re-equipped this to the other spider. I'm going to try doing this with the trigger on the stack, because I don't know how the rules work on this. And I think the only way we get out of this is if the rules work in our favour. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. But there's a decent chance this just uses last known information. In which case they'll still get a spider. No token is created. Okay, Stephen. That makes sense. So we do actually get to stop them getting another spider, which is good. Gives us like a tiny bit of a chance here. Not sure what we're drawing to, but maybe slows down their spider production for a little while. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good thing to know, Stephen. For sure. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm actually going to play my land out here. Because I think any line that could feasibly get us out of this involves activating Shalai multiple times per turn. We need a River's Rebuke. We sure do. Sure do. I think any line that gets us out of this involves drawing Shalai and activating her multiple times per turn. So playing out our lands makes sense. Yeah, I think Shalai is our only line. Agreed. I just want to attack with everything. They go block on this, chump this. I don't think it does anything though. Yeah, it does feel that way, Teresa. There is no burn in our band deck, no. I don't think these are even good attacks for us, because our out is drawing Shalai and antheming our team loads. Yeah, 13 lands in the top 24 cards has been fairly rough. for sure. I guess 2 of those were from a Grove from the Ashes, so I don't know if that really counts, but... Jeez, what? Okay, we have to block the 5/3. So they get to take a creature off our board, which would make a Shalai worse. Gives me good odds for the rest of my draws. I mean, I think there's one relevant card in our deck at this point, which is the Angel. I think literally no card in the deck matters other than Shalai. And Shalai might not be good enough, but with like 2 activations per turn, we can get our creatures really large. They have another spider. Just mono spiders over there. Alright, I think I'm just blocking the 1 again because I want as many creatures in play for our Angel. I'd say the bets are reasonably in favour of that Amy. Always yield. Come on, if we draw Shalai this turn, I think we're still in the game. Okay, we can make this a 4/4. Oh. We can kill one of their blockers, right? Maybe kill them. Kill one of their blockers, and they have 3 blockers for our 4 creatures. So what's the best way to kill a blocker here? It's with the Mammoth Spider, right? Oh no, it's with the Tatiova. Like, a bit of me wants to do it with the Mammoth Spider in case they have a burn spell in hand. But I guess a burn spell would kill a 2/2 anyway, so we'd probably lose regardless. I don't think it really matters. So let's have Tatiova kill... Yeah, I think we have to try Espion, I agree. Let's kill the free one, and then swing of all our creatures, and just hope they have nothing. I think any removal or interaction is going to kill us anyway, so I'm not too interested in like playing around certain things by targeting the spider instead. Awesome. Please have nothing. Please just have nothing. Please. No. 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 We tried so hard. Oh my word. Like, I guess realistically, opponent wasn't going to leave themselves dead to a single removal spell, but it was our one chance. I felt like we had to go for it. I'm a bit surprised they didn't kill the spider earlier, just to, like, get in more attacks and stuff. Yeah, we have to go for it. I agree, Teresa. I think we're now dead. I think Shalai isn't even good enough because we've lost all our tokens. Also, because opponent keeps casting spells. This one's also, like, really close to being good. He felt so good and then so bad in far too short a time. I relate to that sentiment. Oh well, on to the third match. Hopefully we get a clean 2-1 out of this deck. I think it's pretty decent, so... Mostly just lost to Helm of the Host that match. Casual mono white hand. Kind of sweet as well. Unicorn into Trapper, into tap down your blocker. Nice. Get to attack bar, 2-2. Get to keep drawing cards. Hand's pretty good though. I think we're going to be fine. We can start lancing up our creatures to keep pushing damage. Let's say 3-2. Kinda just want to do this turn. I get in 5 damage, put them to 13. Like, I could do this turn, put them to 16, and then save the tap for next turn. But next turn I can just, like, lance up a critter, which sounds pretty great to me. If I don't draw a green source. Like, lance up the unicorn, start gaining boatloads of life, maybe. Yeah, this lance is looking great now. Come on, Dak. You can do better. I believed in you. I had faith. Alright, attack 4, gain some life. Got to 1,000,000. Interesting. Deal. Seemed like a sketchy block. Oh, so they can start making 1/1s to jump with. That was why they blocked, I guess. I think we're pretty okay with that though. Still can't cast a green spell. The unicorn is becoming a Denifa. 2 right. I still need another forest, but unicorn gets to keep chugging in and gaining us life. So, not too upset over here. We draw another green source, we get to slam Grun, and equip Grun with our Jousting Lance. Have like a 16-10 first striker. This is pretty sweet, because they're getting the saplings. They can have 2 in play. And start like blocking and sacking to stop us gaining life and start drawing cards. Imagine it's still not worth having like lost all these envoys, but it's a plan. Can't fault that. Hey, okay. So we can cast Grun, tap the sapling, and attack with both our threats. I'm quite into that idea. If they, I don't know what they'd have to, like... They could have, like, a -2/-2, but they'd have used that by now. Maybe they'd have, like, a pump spell for the sapling, but that's kind of fine. Still, like, a 1-for-1 with our Trapper. So I'm pretty happy with just swinging with the Trapper here. There's only 1 creature in their yard for them to get rid of. We just get to deal 7. Now this Grun is going to be an Abyss if we want it to be, but we also just got like a really wide board as well to pressure the saplings pretty well. Vomit. Interesting. Is our opponent dead? I think opponent's dead to a land drop, right? Wait, so... Yeah, opponent's just dead. We get to Oh wait, they can gain 2 life by sacking 2 saplings. But that's not going to be good enough, because then they can't block any creatures. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Animus fight a sapling, make it a 6/6. Attack with both our creatures. They get to block with 1 sapling, and we get to Adamant Will the Unicorn. So we can just sack the Trapper here, and then they're dead to our 2 spells in hand. You wonder if opponent jumped the Grun on those early blocks. Oh my god, Espion. That is so upsetting. Yeah, so we just fight a sapling here, and then the pump spell's gonna kill them. This draw is pretty strong with the Jousting Lance. This card has impressed me so much. It feels like one of the best ways to actually enable aggressive starts, since it allows you the ability to actually go long, which is really important. At least you're on brand. Oh my god. So they're black-green, we haven't seen any flyers, so I'm not in love with this Pierce the Sky. I don't think we want any of this stuff. I could see the dub potentially ending up good, but I don't know. We could bring in the Urza's Tome. Their deck seems very slow. I actually don't hate this. Like, helps play the grind battle a bit better. And we could just take out the candle. Yeah, I think I like this. You could also see boarding out a land on the draw, but we've got plenty to use our mana on, so I'm not too in love with that idea. And like, boarding out a land but keeping in the candle feels a bit sketch. This hand is not nearly as exciting. But I have a Gorger on 4, so I can't really complain. Opponent's deck doesn't seem terribly aggressive. Ooh, blue source. Exciting. Yeah, I could see that being the case, Espion. I've not been, like, thrilled with the candle. It feels just like the tiniest bit too expensive. Derp. Slowest draw in the world. That is fine. Got some very powerful stuff coming. With like 2 removal spells and 2 big beefy threats. Ooh, this is really good in their deck. With the sapling generator. Might have to fight this one if we have the opportunity to. Get our 4/4 down. What is this card? I've not actually seen this one. Oh, wow. That's terrifying. Jeez. I've not seen this card before. It's just like a Sapling Lord for 2 mana. That's amazing. You might end up fighting this one in a moment. Jeez. So... I guess we attack with our 4/4. I kinda need the 4/4 to block though. Kinda need the 4/4 to block. So I guess I just fight with it. I have to take this thing off the table at some point. I'm a bit worried about this. becoming a problem. Sapling and Fungus Lord. OP, OP. I could save this for their turn, because then they'd have to spend a mana to gain the life, but then we lose our 4/4 as a blocker if they just let it resolve in their turn. So I think I'm just going to do this now as a result. And there are a few things that blow us out here, but I think we're going to have to kill the Sapling Lord at some point, so I'd rather just get it done now. It means this is like less of a scary attacker too. Cool. They're holding up 3 mana instead of like sacking it. Oh no, only saplings gain you life. Okay. I think I need my 4/4 back to block here. I guess I'm happy to trade my 3/2 for this, but at the moment they just block the Balor Gorger anyway, and being able to block their 3/2 sounds pretty nice. Can start swinging soon though. Oh wow. This card's really good. Against our deck as well with our like 6-drops. Kind of feel like I have to like try and trade the Trapper off here. If I block this, they probably sack the 3/2, and I give them the option to sack the 3/2, which is not ideal. But I guess the way this is going, I'm probably going to end up spending my turn exiling this anyway. Just like whatever. This Time of Ice might just upgrade our Gorger, the way this is going, because we're going to spend our turn exiling the Omnivore. So they're not even going to get to bounce another creature. And then we get to recast this as a 7/7 in a little while. I'm just going to do this now. This is probably the thing I'm going to want to exile anyway, based on how their deck's looking. I don't want this to get countered. If they sack, you can fight it on your turn. Oh, I could have just used the fight spell. You're right. And saved my good removal spell. That's kind of tough. It's kind of nice that this is like more mana efficient. And we haven't seen many high quality creatures to hit with this. So it's not even like clear which is better to cast. But I could definitely see it being correct just to have cast this. It's kind of nice that this lets us double spell, which is something that's hard for us to do later in the game. Right, let's cast Grun. We could wait on Grun, since the kicker could make it better later in the game. But I think I just want to start swinging with Grun as of next turn, and like start attacking with my Abyss. Grinding through these saplings. Fungal Plots is going to be really good. But we're going to be casting lots of really scary threats. So hopefully we can overwhelm the sapling creation. So this is pretty good with these as well. They're going to get to draw lots of cards. I almost wonder whether this is worth animusing. I'm a bit unsure on that. I know this turn I'm definitely attacking with Grun. They're probably going to block and sack. I guess, if we're going to kill this, we have to do it before blocks, right? Because then they don't get to sack this for value. We're probably going to have to kill this at some point. I think I'm going to end up killing this. I think this is going to be too strong, since it lets them actually block and sack nicely rather than having to like block with 2 saplings at the same time. I could get punished. They probably have like a bunch of other scary creatures, but we haven't seen any yet. Trigger on the stack. Let's just do this before they can block. I guess then they sacrifice the Soothsayer. Maybe it makes no difference. Whatever. Makes my Grun bigger too. Makes it a 12-12. So they probably sack the Soothsayer here. And then they have to chump with the Sapling, realistically. Going to 8 is, like, reasonably scary for them. We get to cast our Knight of Grace afterwards. I almost wonder if I want to cast the Gorger, because it's more relevant attacker. But I also kind of just want to make this a 7/7. So, since, like, it's a bit slower, but it's much more threatening that way. So I think I'm just going to cast my Knight of Grace. And then we can spend the next 2 turns just making massive creatures, overwhelming our opponent. Grun's a tiny bit awkward against this card, since this wants us to just attack with, like, 1 critter, which is much easier for them to keep up with than attacking with multiple. I held my land because of the Skin Witch, the 2-mana 1/3, with Mind Rot attached. I didn't really want them taking both my creatures if they have that in hand. Soul Salvage. Okay, this game just got slightly more challenging now that they have their Fungus Lord. Jeez. Alright. Hey there, Lobster. I think I'm just attacking with Grun, because that forces a chump. If I attack with both, do they still chump Grun? Maybe they just take 8. Which would be pretty good. I think I'm going to attack with both. I think there's a decent chance they, like, chump this and take 2. If I just attack with Grun, they almost certainly just chump it. And that makes my Fawn Elemental less scary. I don't know. I think this is fine. Awesome, they're still chumping anyway, which is what we wanted. So, they have the 3/3 in hand, I think. What did they get back? They got back... Oh, they got back the Soothsayer. So that's really bad against this Fawn Elemental. We're just going to slam the Fawn Elemental, if their plan is to chump block forever. The creature I was worried about was this Omnivore, but it's in exile. The card they have is Soothsayer, which is really bad against Fawn Elemental, since Fawn Elemental has Super Trample. Yeah, we were considering having Kamal's Druidic Vow on our deck, Lobster, but I think it's just not very good. The fact that it only hits legendary not only non-land permanents it hits are legendary ones, means there are just so few hits in our deck for it, which I think makes it fairly unexciting for us. Oh well, they can block down the Fawn Elemental now with their board, if they want. We get to kill these 2 though, which is pretty good. Yeah, this is game 2, Lobster, of the final match. I kind of just want to attack with Grun. Is that crazy? As a 12/12? Would it have been a huge stretch for it to be historic cards? Yeah, I feel like historic cards would have been pretty reasonable. I'm actually going to attack with our 2 big creatures here. They kind of have to block down the Fawn Elemental. And then we get to kill both their synergy cards, which makes this a lot less scary. If they double block this with these two, I'm pretty happy with that too, since we're just going to play some more 7/7s afterwards anyway. And I'm not going to attack with this, because this gives them like a really easy block to line up. I guess it means we do 13 and they die to Thorn Elemental next turn. Maybe we do just attack with this as well. They block this. They take 13, go to 5, and then this is lethal next turn. Yeah, this is actually good, I think. This is a good attack. Have we boarded in any Pardic Wayfinders? Oh, is that the 5/5 trample? We haven't boarded it in yet. Okay, opponent has not read Thorn Elemental. Or they're hoping to use the fungal plots next turn, I guess. This is pretty good for us. Oh, they don't use their 3/2, right? They don't lose their 3/2, that makes sense. This is still good for us though, we put them to 5. And now we're going to have like loads of lethal creatures. And the Thorn Elemental was like super lethal. Yeah, I agree, Teresa. If they block, like when they block the 3/2, we're just already happy. So, you're right about attacking all. Super lethal. It's like chat lethal, but better. Ooh, Eldest Reborn. That doesn't do anything, right? Are they just hoping we sack our Thorn Elemental? What am I missing? Yeah, I guess I just sack my Primordial Worm. Remember, this kills them. This is 2 saplings, so they can't sack their fungi. Awesome. Pretty much, Phil. Oh my god. Hey, that was great. Got a clean 2-1 out of our first draft of the format. Deck was pretty delightful with Shana and friends. Grun was like one of the MVPs. This card is so good. It's like such a great uncommon. Just puts your opponent in the abyss. We never really got to do that much with Shalai. But anyway, I will be back in a few minutes. We're going to hop into another draft then.